Hello everyone, it's your boy Terrence here with Hollywood Already Did It, and while I was gone, Sony released the first trailer for Bloodshot based on the hit comic book of the same name, starring Vin Diesel, and we'll get into the trailer right after the jump. Little house clip it. If you haven't already, go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell below. We're on that road to 100, so once we get to 100, we'll do a little contest and I'll start giving some stuff away. Also, once we get to the first 500 folks, which will be the founders of the channel, I'll give somebody, and we'll do a bigger thing then as well. But all right, let's get to that 100. On to this trailer. So, Bloodshot is a film from Sony Pictures, starring Vin Diesel in a non-Dominic Toretto, non-XXX, non-Pitch Black film. Those are his three franchises to various degrees of importance. So now we're going to see if Vin Diesel is outside of the Fast and the Furious franchise or draw enough to sell another franchise. Valiant is a smaller comic book. So it's not as familiar of a title as something that DC or Marvel have done, or even Image or Spawn with McFarlane. And so this is kind of the test to see if outside of driving a car, if Vin Diesel can still sell in America. We know he does well overseas, but in America, can he sell? So Bloodshot, I'm vaguely familiar with the comic, not as much. I know what he looks like. I know how it's a darker, gritty comic. That's all I really have going for it. So let's go ahead and check out this trailer and see what it is Sony Pictures and Mr. Diesel are giving us. That sounds weird saying it like that. Then.
And initiate sequence.
Gina, I'm home.
Memories are made of this.
What is this place?
I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you got yourself killed. At RST, we rebuild the most important assets in the U.S. military. Soldiers like yourself. You're the first who we've successfully managed to bring back. But improved, enhanced. With the technology in your veins, you have an army inside you that will not only make you stronger, it will heal you instantly.
Holy shit.
Now tell me, do you remember anything?
Where are you going?
I've got unfinished
It's like a
business.
looper or like a mind twist.
Man who murdered my wife.
Basically RoboCop.
Oh, that's not good. All right, shut him down. And initiate sequence. Okay, who is the next target for elimination?
Memories are made of this.
Tell me, do you remember anything?
Do I know you guys?
I don't think so.
I love how they put that in there, because like no one would know that, the general audience, based on a best-selling comic.
Sometimes ain't. And initiate sequence.
You can't control me forever.
Sure about that? Revenge is what makes a man like you exceptional.
You know nothing about men like me. That is absolutely...
That's a cool shot with the nanites healing them.
I feel like I just heard this. Are they playing this on repeat?
Feels like it's like a little bit of Live, Die, Repeat too, with Tom Cruise, which is looks like to be an infinitely better film than this. The only thing that I can say off bat that two things that I don't like. I don't know what the rating is for this, and I don't think it's listed. This movie needs to be R. If it's not R, that's a problem. Because it looks like this is going to be on the Punisher style of violence, and that's what that, from the little bit that I know about that comic, that's what that comic is. If you make this PG-13, and I know Sony had success with Venom being PG-13, even being a trash movie, Venom made a lot of money, and I feel like Sony is now of the belief that, like, hey, let's make them all PG-13. Even though the movie itself needs to be one way or the other, let's make them all PG-13 so we can get that money. Quality be damned. I don't know what the quality of this movie is. It looks perfectly fine. While it harkens back, and this is some of the comic stuff too, but it harkens back to like a RoboCop or Live Die Repeat. It's kind of a blend of those movies, which I feel probably have done them better, because I don't know if Vin Diesel can carry a film that doesn't involve him saying family over and over and over again. The other thing that is really weird about this is that it's based on a character called Bloodshot, who in the comics is completely white. Like, his skin color is white with bloodshot eyes. That just looks like Dominic Toretto walking around with some red eyes. And so I don't know if this was a studio choice or an actor choice, or the effects aren't done yet choice, and we just wanted to put a trailer out. But I don't think you would put a trailer out without having at least one shot in that entire trailer should have him completely white with the red eyes. And so, Bloodshot fans, if you're out there, let me know, does that bother you? Because for somebody who is not that big of a fan, that just looks jarring to not have him at all resemble the character of the movie title that he is supposed to be doing. I mean, that would be... that's like if Spawn didn't have the black mask or cape. He was just like a burnt up black dude walking around. You're like, wait, what is this? It reminds me a little bit of Steel. You know, the Shaq was in a outfit. He wasn't in the outfit that Steel, the DC comic book Superman, had. It just looked like some offshoot Target, Walmart version of that. This looks just like Vin Diesel was just walking around and nothing resembling the character. So if you don't look like the character, you're not rated R, which we don't know yet. Why is this movie existing in its current form? That's odd to me. But maybe he'll get there. Who knows? I think it looks like outside of those couple of things, it looks like it could be a fun little revenge action film that I would have seen films that are better than. But I think in the middle of February, you drop it out, I can have a good time and probably get out of the theater without really ever thinking about the movie again. What did you guys think about the trailer? And comic fans, if you're a fan of the Valiant comic Bloodshot, what do you think of the look of Bloodshot in this trailer? Go ahead and leave your comments in the comments below if you haven't. You can follow us on Twitter at HollywoodADI. You can email us at HollywoodAlreadyDidIt@gmail.com. We also have a podcast by the same name that you can find on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere that plays podcasts. We're there. Last episode, we talked about Zombieland 2, and I believe this week we're going to be talking about the Watchmen series that has just dropped on HBO. But like always, I got my ticket. You got yours.